Good evening, everyone. It's a true honor to stand here tonight and recognize a man whose story reminds us of what hard work, vision, and heart can accomplish, Mr. Rick Kueber. Rick's journey actually began very far from boardrooms and business headlines. He grew up as a sheep farmer, and while that sounds worlds away from the fast-paced world of retail, it is there where he learned the value of grit, patience, and perseverance. Those early lessons shaped a leader who never shies away from rolling up his sleeves and getting the job done. When Rick saw an opportunity, he didn't just take it, he transformed it. From those modest beginnings, he built a retail expansion that has not only endured, but thrived. His uncanny ability to recognize what's next and to stay one step ahead of the competition is truly amazing. But what is even more remarkable is that he never settles. Rick is relentlessly focused on improvement in his business, in himself, and the people around him. And we can testify that is truly his greatest gift. His ability to lift others up. Rick always invests in people, mentoring, encouraging, and believing in them even before some of them believe in themselves. He builds teams, communities, and opportunities that extend far beyond his own success. Now, those that do know Rick know he does have one flaw. I should explain that, I guess. He doesn't know how to say no. Whether it's helping someone in need, supporting a local initiative, giving back to cities and towns his businesses operate in, or lending a generous hand to a certain university I was previously afraid to mention, but got a little more bold recently. His heart is as big as his ambition. Rick Kueber represents the very best of what leadership should look like. He's a visionary leader, a generous neighbor, a great friend, someone I can confirm keeps the fridge full, and tonight is a very deserving recipient. Please join me in welcoming Rick Kueber.
All right. First, I'd like to thank Brian Rainey for the red accent lighting in this room tonight. It's like he knew what was going to happen last night. Good evening to the members of the Hall of Fame committee, my fellow inductees, and everyone here tonight. Thank you. I'm truly humbled to be welcomed into the Entrepreneurial Hall of Fame. As a kid from Meade County, or when a kid from Meade County gets invited into the Hall of Fame is when you know anything is possible. I was blessed to grow up on a small farm in Meade County. Farming is one of the oldest businesses in America and taught me so many valuable lessons. It taught me the value of hard work at a very young age. Farming is a 24/7, 365 job. It never ends. Animals don't care about your schedule or your plans that evening, or if you have a family vacation planned. In fact, I don't remember ever taking a family vacation until I was maybe 17 years old. The most important thing farming taught me was that I didn't want to be a farmer. and so off to college at Marquette University I went. My late father, Richard Sr., also grew up on a farm. He was able to mentor me not only about farming, but in business. At the age of 17, he joined the Marine Corps and served nearly a decade. He then went on to own many businesses, Chevron stations, equipment rental business, a rent-to-own business, a clothing business, a carpet business, an appliance business, and finally a video rental chain that some of you may remember called Video Vault. My father was a true entrepreneur. He was my mentor, he was my best friend. He worked tirelessly, he risked it all, and he always knew when to pivot into a new business. My career, culminating in the launch and scaling of Suntan City, has been about transitioning or translating those simple yet foundational principles I learned from him into this modern world. Today, we're working tirelessly to pivot into the wellness space. You'll hear a lot about Wellness City in the coming years as we're going to be a disruptive force in that space for years to come. No one gets here alone. I've been blessed to have worked with many employees. Some are here tonight. Guys like Mark. Mark has been with me for over 30 years. He's my first call in the morning and often my last call in the evening as we talk business. But, you know, I'm blessed to have many employees for 10, 20, and 30 years. And it's over time, these employees are no longer employees, they're family. You know, and for instance, Mark's son, Logan, is here. I saw him tonight. You know, Logan's 22 years old, grew up with my son, and works in our business today. And it's truly a blessing. My deepest gratitude goes to my family. My brother, David, who could not be here tonight. David is my business partner. And, you know, I could not have done this without him. My wife, Bella, my children, Isaac, Luke, Emerson, and Kennedy, they are the unsung heroes of this journey. Their families are often the ones left behind in this journey. Due to our demanding schedules, our countless phone calls, and our interrupted plans, no night seems to go on without them. I would also like to thank some of our financial partners over the years. The community banks and regional banks of Kentucky, we would not be here without them. Today, the folks at Fifth Third are our lending partners, and they provide great resources. I know they have a table over here as well, or maybe a couple tables, and Kim and her team are fabulous partners. But during our early years, when we were really bootstrapped, banks such as Wilson Muir Bank out of Bardstown, Max Shapiro and family, we certainly would not be here without them. They were lending us money when banks probably shouldn't have been lending us money. And I still tell this story all the time. I remember calling the bank one day. I said, I need $150,000 to buy a video store. And they said, okay, we'll put it in your account. Come by and sign later. Fifth Third won't allow me to do that today. But I promise to keep this short. So lastly, I know that there are students and others in the crowd tonight that hope to one day be an entrepreneur. I challenge you, if you have an idea or if you have a dream, chase it, go for it, and you won't regret it. Thank you once again to the Hall of Fame. I am deeply honored. Thank you.